Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Happy Sunday night on Diana the Happy Lawyer. Good to see everybody. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I'm going to be talking about Mother's Day in a moment because how could you not? How could you not talk about Mother's Day? Okay, whoops. Sorry about that. So, I'm going to talk a few minutes about last week's lesson, which was about being in your comfort zone and how uncomfortable it is to get out of your comfort zone and move into another comfort zone. And we talked about how comfort zones are people that you're with, or things that you do, or places that you go, or habits that you have, and that these could be good things or bad things. And sitting on the couch watching TV, that may seem very comfortable to you, but really it may be something that's wasting time. Being with people that are not motivated or positive could be comfortable, but also not growing. I had a quote last week that said, "A comfort zone is a very beautiful place where nothing grows." So you could be in your comfort zone, and comfort zone is great. It's just the way it sounds, comfort zone. And who wants to leave their comfort zone? I mean, come on. But if you want to grow, you have to challenge yourself. And that means getting out of your comfort zone, moving into a new zone, which could be uncomfortable. And then after a while, when you get used to that, that becomes a comfort zone. So the idea is to change your comfort zone and move along. Also, even though comfort zone sounds good, sometimes a comfort zone can be really uncomfortable. A lot of people have bad habits, drug addiction, alcohol addiction. Those things are comfortable. Going out on Friday night and having a few drinks is a comfort zone. I myself, when I was younger, I was a big go out on Friday night person. That was a comfort thing to me. And people go out, they go dancing, they have a few drinks, and even the next morning, Saturday morning, expecting to have a hangover, that's a comfort zone too, because it's what you expect to happen. There's no surprise, there's no perceived risk, you just get into your comfort zone. So it took me, some time. I gave up drinking many years ago, and I switched out of that comfort zone into a new comfort zone, which is not drinking, not having hangovers, never worrying about being pulled over by police and having to worry about DWI tests, and also knowing that if I'm out with friends that I can drive them home, and they end up in a comfort zone, which is Diana's driving, so we don't have to worry about, have a few drinks because Diana's going to drive me home. So that's a comfort zone that I really like to have. Hi, Linda. Oh, Linda, where are you? Are you in Texas? Oh my goodness, you're in Texas, like watching with your family. My friend Linda went to Texas, and she saw her son's graduating from college, high school. I don't even know which one, but it's really such a wonderful thing to be able to. Yes, from Texas. Hi guys, hi. So being with family and friends. Now there you go. She went to Texas. Who knows if she's ever been there? But it was worth it. She's out of her comfort zone of being in New York, but she went there because it was for a good reason. You'll always move out of your comfort zone if there's a really good reward at the end. And it doesn't even seem risky getting on a plane going to Texas. There are a lot of people who will not get on a plane. There are people that don't like planes. So I'm so happy that you're feeling great. You got out of all your zones, and you went and had a wonderful time. I was watching the pictures and watching all of the fun that you were having, and I can't wait to talk to you about it and see you again. So remember, with regard to your college graduation, woohoo! There you go. Those kids. Now, here's a good example. Those kids have been in college for 4 years. Talk about a comfort zone. And a lot of fun. You have friends. There's no, you know what you're going to do every day. And now they're switching out. They have no choice. They're moving out of their comfort zone of college, and they're going into their new place where whatever jobs they're going to have or anything else that they're going to do. Sometimes you don't have a choice moving out of your comfort zone. Sometimes the place that you lived, your lease runs out. You got to move. These kids are graduating from college. They're going into some new place that's not a comfort zone. And, a lot of people can switch comfort zones very easily. They can just, bounce in and out. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It's the do not disturb button again that I have to not be disturbed. I want to be in my comfort zone when I'm talking to you. So, yeah, comfort zones are things that sound good, but are good to change and leave and take risks and move along and get into a new comfort zone, because it means you're challenging yourself, and you're hopefully challenging yourself to do something better with your life and move along. If you want to stay in your comfort zone your whole life, if you're happy in a job that you have, go right ahead. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I'm just saying that just be aware that comfort zones, the Sunday night comfort zone of Game of Thrones that's about to happen in a little while, apparently it's going to come to an end because Game of Thrones is coming to an end. So when that's over, use your time wisely on Sunday night. Don't get into the next whatever else is on HBO on Sunday night at 9 o'clock, okay? Really think about that. Don't get into it. Think about how much else you could be doing on Sunday night, reading a book, doing something else. I'm trying to get into a comfort zone where I read on Friday nights. And sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. Any change of comfort zone, unless it's a forced thing like moving out of college or something like that, is going to take time to change out of your comfort zone. When Game of Thrones ends, it's going to be a traumatic thing because it's going to be over and people are not going to have anything to do on Sunday night. So be careful and pay attention to what you're going to be doing when you're leaving that comfort zone, because nothing grows in the comfort zone. Move on to something else. So the other thing now I want to talk a little bit about is Mother's Day. Yay! So today was Mother's Day. It's a big deal for everybody. I mean, people call it a Hallmark thing, but you know what? You can't really avoid it. It's a thing to celebrate mothers. And as we get older, a lot of mothers are not around. And it's sad. It's really sad. I've read a lot of posts today about, I miss my mom, I miss my mom, I miss my mom. I miss my mom. There's no doubt about it. So I'm going to bring her on camera. There she is, Irene Gianturco. Yay. She was a hat model and a hand model when she was younger. But I don't even know how old she is here. Probably in her, I don't know, 40s or 50s. I'm not even sure how old she is there. But she was just great. She's just a fabulous person. And, of course I love her and miss her, but I also think that she's with me all the time. She's always around. There's no question about that. She sent me this card, which if you knew her, if you just saw the picture of her, that kind of looks like her. This is her sitting in the kitchen. And the card says, "You try to raise a daughter to be an independent, confident young woman, and what happens? You succeed beyond your wildest dreams." So that was a birthday card that my mom gave me to my darling daughter, Diana. Love, Mom. It rose to the top, and I have it on my desk all the time. So I always know she's around because she's got the old hands in the air, and I know she's so proud of me that I've gone beyond her wildest dreams to be me, successful and happy. And now here's another thing that was interesting. I don't know how these things happen, but they just do. Universal energy gets in the way and causes strange things to happen. One day while I was cleaning my desk and, I don't know, doing something, this card rose to the top. And it is a card that's blank, like not signed by anyone. And it is basically, it's a sympathy card for the loss of a mom, which I don't ever remember purchasing, because the last thing I would want to be doing is in a sympathy card aisle for the loss of a mom. There's no way I'm going and looking at those cards, It's like loss of a pet card. I just can't go there. But for some reason, this showed up on my desk, and I've been keeping it on my desk. And the cover of it says, "A mother's love lives in our hearts forever. A mother's love lives in our hearts forever." You're probably seeing it backwards, but that's too bad. It's just amazing. It's just a card that, I don't know, showed up on my desk. I really don't know where it came from. It's not the first time this happened to me. When I decided that I was going to do motivational speaking a couple of years ago, and I was cleaning, you got to clean out the old to get in the new. I found a whole bunch of congratulations cards, like they're on my refrigerator. I put congratulations, wow, you're doing it, and they were like somebody who's graduating from college or achieving something amazing, all blank, all not signed, all not forwarded, not addressed to anybody, nothing. It was like 5 or 6 blank cards that said congratulations and all of that. Keep up the good work, and I honestly don't know where they came from. I have no recollection of buying 5 congratulations cards, yet they all appeared on my desk at the time that I was thinking about and deciding to go on my own to do motivational speaking and break out of my comfort zone of being a lawyer for 30 years. So, like I said, I don't know how this stuff happens, but the universal energy brings stuff to you. I'm sure you've noticed that in your life that, all of a sudden something will happen. It'll be like, how did that happen? Who did that? Who said that? Who was talking about it? And then you have to just say it had to be, some kind of divine intervention to get there. Hold on one second because my paper's dropped. So, today I'm going to be talking about, the lesson is, who does my subconscious mind think she is? And here's what happened. So I got on the Facebook thing. It was my birthday, February 16th. I decided I'm going live on Facebook on Sunday nights. And I was never big into Facebook. I joined it years and years ago, but it's something that I was not really interested in. It seemed a little invasive. But now I'm on it. So now I'm on Facebook. I get on Facebook. I do all this stuff. I have, and I start going on Sunday nights live. And it was, out of my comfort zone. And then I got comfortable with it. I got comfortable with it after 3 months of doing it. And it was comfortable and felt good. I was looking forward to it, even though every Sunday, including today, I would get scared, a little nervous, like, oh my God, am I going to sound like an idiot? Or am I going to pull this off and be great and say something, pearls of wisdom? And, the truth is you never know because I'm unrehearsed. So, whatever. I kind of like it that way. Right now, I'm doing the unrehearsed, wing it. A couple of notes and wing it because it's the way it feels good. Someday I'll change that when I'm doing something different, but right now it's what I'm doing. So then last week I went to the Happy Lawyer page. I opened my Facebook business page, all this big deal stuff, and I thought it would be, just like opening another page. I didn't really know what it would be like, but it was not comfortable. So after I took months and months to get comfortable on Facebook going live, now I'm dealing with this Facebook page, this Happy Lawyer Facebook page. And there's all kinds of weird stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to deal with it. I don't want to have to get comfortable again. And you know what? I got a little down. I got a little discouraged. And I talked about the word courage is from your heart, and when you're discouraged or somebody discourages you, they're like depressing the goals of your heart that you want to do, the things that you want to do and following your heart. And I got discouraged, and I thought, oh God, I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't do this. This is not going to work. And I thought, wait a minute, who is that talking? I've been so psyched about this. I'm like, it's all I can think about it when I'm not lawyering, which takes up much more time than I wish it did. So I was like, well, who is this? Who is this talking? My subconscious mind? Is my subconscious mind thinking that I am not going to succeed in this? Is there something inside me, in my subconscious, that's saying, you can't do this. You're not able. You're not capable. And I thought, well, who the heck is that? Who is that subconscious mind? And and I thought, I guess that is my subconscious mind creeping up and saying, you can't do this. But then I thought, wait a minute. I have another subconscious mind thought that I can do it. Because that's how I've always approached everything in my life. I have a can-do attitude. I have like a no-fear thing. I mean, yeah, I don't want to jump out of a plane, but there are things that I do that a lot of people don't do. Buy houses, start my own business, fly back and forth to Florida on a whim, plan a trip in a weekend, go. Some people have to plan, I go to Mardi Gras every year. Some people have to plan 2 years in advance to go to Mardi Gras. And there's stuff that I do that's like without fear. So that's in my subconscious mind. The fearless person is in my subconscious mind, and the scared person is in my subconscious mind. So I thought it was kind of weird that it was like I had two subconscious minds. And it occurred to me that both of those ideas are in my subconscious mind. The idea that I can do anything, and the idea that I can't do anything. So they're two opposite ideas. And it was very, very interesting because I thought, you know what? I guess I just got to tap into the subconscious mind that I choose to tap into. And you don't just have one thing in your subconscious mind. You have lots of ideas in your subconscious mind based on things that people have said over your lifetime. My cat is playing by me with the curtain, with my new, my new Hollywood curtain back here. So don't mind that. It's distracting me. So I was looking into how you change your subconscious mind, how you can approach your subconscious mind. And I've mentioned before, subconscious mind, people just blow it off like, oh, subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is in charge of your breathing. Hey, Mitch, welcome. Your subconscious mind is in charge of your breathing, your heartbeat, your blood circulating through your body, respiration, everything. That is the most important things of life. So you can't blow off your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is everything that's going on that's keeping you alive. If I lose my keys, if I had to worry about remembering to breathe, like I have to remember where my keys are, I'd be dead in a day because, I would forget. I'd forget to breathe if my subconscious mind wasn't in charge of that. So I'm glad. I'm glad my subconscious mind has the most powerful jobs to do. And your subconscious mind is also designed to protect you. That's why your subconscious mind will say, no, you can't do that. Don't do that. Mitch runs marathons. So, it's like, that's a great thing. And in his subconscious mind, he's like, well, I can do this. I'm running a marathon. It doesn't even occur to him that he can't do it. And my subconscious mind's like, no, you're not running any marathons. But it's protecting me from doing something that, in my subconscious mind, I think I don't want to do. If I changed my subconscious mind and decided I want to run marathons, and that's how people do it. You hear somebody say, I've decided I'm going to run the marathon this year. And you go, really? You're going to run the marathon? How do you do that? You start slowly. You start running a little bit. Then you do a half marathon. Then you do a whole marathon. So you can change your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind operates 95% of the time. And your conscious mind is operating only 5% of the time. So, when we're thinking about things, when we're thinking conscious thoughts, and then, you're driving and you're all of a sudden not paying attention. Anytime you're not paying attention, your subconscious mind is jumping in and is running stuff. So, I made some notes about, how you can change your subconscious mind. And of course, I always go on and listen to various videos and stuff just to hear what people are saying about the subconscious mind. There's tons of scientific evidence about subconscious mind. You can just go on YouTube and say, how to reprogram your subconscious mind. What does my subconscious mind do? What is my subconscious mind in charge of? How important is my subconscious mind? And you'll find out all kinds of stuff about, all kinds of stuff about, yeah, jumping out of a plane as long as I have a parachute? No. Even with the parachute, I'm not doing it. Sorry. Okay. So our subconscious mind is programmed the first 7 years of your life by observing everything around you. Parents, teachers, brothers and sisters, adults, anybody that you don't have any independent thought. So all of your programming in the first 7 years of your life is going to be by people that are around you. So they're all going to be other people's thoughts. Most of your subconscious mind is based on other people's thoughts. So if you got the idea that you can do anything as a child, then you're going to continue to have that as a foundation. If people told you, oh no, you can't do that, you don't have the education, you don't have the money, you're not going to be able to do that, how are you going to do that, you're not smart enough, then that's going to be your foundation. So a lot of your subconscious mind is based on what other people told you, because you're a blank slate, clean blackboard, and it's what other people are writing on your subconscious mind that you start with. Then after you start to get independent thought, the way you train your subconscious mind is through habit and repetition. Perfect example is of driving a car. When you started driving a car, you had to be aware of everything that was going on. Now, seems like 100 years later, you drive a car, you just get in and, you pull out of the driveway, and before you know it, you're up the block and you're halfway to work. Hi, Kathy. You're halfway to work because you're thinking about everything else. You're thinking about what you're going to do, but you're subconsciously, you know how to drive the car because it's so repetitious and it's so habitual in your brain that you're going to, just do it. Another thing that changes your subconscious mind is some kind of like a big event, like a shock or a trauma or something that is going to leave a very strong impression. Maybe something that you see in your life, or unfortunately, difficult things. If somebody almost drowns or somebody gets a near-death experience, that kind of thing is going to shift your thinking in your subconscious mind to things that are, a lot of people that have near-death experiences will come away and just think, well, geez, I'm on borrowed time now, so I might as well just do whatever I want and take whatever risks I want because I almost just died. I had a near-death experience when I was in my early 20s, and after that I thought, like, well, geez, I'm lucky to be here, so I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I stopped worrying about it. And I know it sounds crazy, but I really don't worry about death because it's going to happen. So whatever it is, whenever it is, I can't worry about it because it didn't happen already, so I'm going for it. I'm counting every day and loving every day. So here are the ways to change your subconscious mind. Besides, when you're doing this habit and repetition, take risks. You know what? Maybe I will jump out of a plane. I keep talking about not jumping out of a plane, and you know what's going to happen? I'm going to jump out of that darn plane, and I'm going to be scared, but I'm going to do it. So if I jump out of the plane, what is that teaching my subconscious mind? It's teaching my subconscious mind not to be afraid of jumping out of a plane. And then if you do something else, let's say I go, scuba diving. I'm not too crazy about that, but I'll do snorkeling above water as long as I can breathe. But I've done scuba diving before. It's a little scary to me to be so far down. But, it's like taking a risk, not like laying on the railroad tracks at rush hour. That's not the kind of risk I'm talking about. I'm talking about jumping out of a plane with a parachute, right, Mitch? Not just jumping out of a plane. So when you start taking risks like that and then you're successful, your subconscious mind starts to realize, oh, okay, we can take risks and we can be successful at them. Or even if you fail, if you take a risk and you fail, if you start a business and it doesn't, work out, or if you go in a relationship and it doesn't work out, then you go and you do something else. You start a different business. You go into another relationship. And what your subconscious mind is being trained is that we're going to take risks. That's what we're going to do now. Now we're going to be people, instead of hiding in the corner, we're going to take risks and we're going to fail, and then we're going to take another risk. So your subconscious mind starts to be trained to do that over and over. The other way to retrain your subconscious mind is to start questioning your subconscious mind. Because, anytime I ask you a question, like if I say, what would be your heart's desire to do if you had all the money in the world, what would you want to do? Or what would be the biggest trip that you would want to take? Or what would be the biggest risk that you think you could take? Your subconscious mind answers the question first before it gets to your conscious mind. Because it's like the foundational work. So that's what's going to happen. So what you're going to do is ask your subconscious mind, and they say use the words, what if? What if I was successful in this business? What if I became as big as Tony Robbins and was, speaking to the Madison Square Garden full of people? What if I got a TV show like Mel Robbins and or Dr. Phil or any of the other people that are coming on. I just saw a lady named Brene Brown. She has a Netflix special, 1 hour. What if I had a 1 hour Netflix special? Now my brain, my subconscious mind is starting to play that out and say, yeah, what if? What would happen if that happened? What would happen if I had all the money in the world? What would happen if I had dog parks all over the world, in every state of the union, in every country, and I had all the dogs in from all the shelters? What if? And then your subconscious mind has no choice but to play it out. And when you start asking those positive questions, what if I became successful? What if I had all that money? What if I could do anything I want? What if I could help people? What if I could help people to be happy? That would make me so happy. That would be like the greatest thing in the world to me. Except the dogs. Because people have a lot of choice. Dogs don't have choice. So, sorry, the dogs are coming first. And then the people. But it'll be along the way. Along the way, I'll be helping the people and helping the dogs. So that's going to be good. So when you're asking, it's called auto-inquisition. You're asking the question to yourself, and your subconscious mind is automatically answering it first before your conscious mind answers it. And if you can train your mind to your subconscious mind to answer all of these positive questions, don't ask questions like, what if my marriage breaks up? What if my kid gets on drugs? Don't ask questions like that. Ask positive questions of your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind will start training by automatically thinking of positive scenarios and playing it out in your head. The other way to deal with your subconscious mind is think about expectations. This goes along with the auto-inquisition. Expect that positive things are going to happen. I do expect to be successful in this. It's not a what if for me. It's a when. When I'm going to be speaking at the garden. When I'm going to have the dog sanctuaries all over the world. And when I'm going to live in Hacienda del Sol. When I'm going to be helping people. When I'm going to be, I don't know, famous? I don't know. Fame doesn't even matter, because there are so many people doing this kind of thing that you never even heard of. That Brene Brown, you probably never heard of her. She's got a Netflix special. You should watch it. It's very funny. She talks about vulnerability. And you know what? A lot of people never heard of her. She's doing great. She's helping tons of people. I don't know what her personal, philanthropic things are. Maybe she wants to help, Oprah Winfrey has schools for girls in Africa. Oprah Winfrey is an amazing person to listen to as far as setting goals and changing your subconscious mind. She had a horrible childhood. I mean, horrific abuse and all kinds of bad stuff. And she retrained her subconscious mind to believe she's worthy. She's worthy of having the fame that she had and becoming, the richest woman in the world. And now she's using that to help other people. So keep your expectations positive. And your subconscious mind will have no choice but to react to the positivity. And science has shown that it will release dopamine in your brain. The positivity will release dopamine in your brain, and dopamine is the feel-good chemical. And that feel-good chemical, your subconscious mind will get used to it. Your subconscious mind gets used to the feel-good dopamine, and then it releases it more and more. And you wake up in the morning and think, oh, it's going to be a great day. Dopamine, subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is going to wake up and say it's going to be a great day before your conscious mind says it, once you train it. A lot of people are training their subconscious mind to say it's going to be a crappy day. Work is going to suck. Traffic's going to be miserable. When you are training your subconscious mind, it's the opposite of what you want to do. Unless you want to be miserable. I mean, my friend, Matthew saying, a lot of people aren't happy unless they're miserable. It's sad but true. We have to get out of that. We have to get into the positive mode so that your subconscious mind wakes up in a positive mode. And then once your subconscious mind starts that way, 95% of the actions are based on that, and you have no choice but to be positive. So your subconscious mind will look for more and more positivity, and more positivity will be brought to your conscious mind. And, the vibrational wave of the magnet. My magnets are over there. I forgot to bring my magnets to Diana the Happy Lawyer set. It's over on my private Facebook page. But the magnetism of positive energy will bring more positive energy to you. It's just the way it is. The fourth way to deal with your subconscious mind is through meditation. Now, I've talked a lot about meditation, and as much as I've talked about it, there's so much more to talk about it. But basically what happens with your meditation is if you sit quietly, they call it sometimes conscious sleeping. So you're awake, but you're sitting quietly and you're sitting still and you're thinking about whatever you want to think about. If somebody tells you when you're meditating you have to not think about anything, it's just not true, because it's impossible. And people become anxious about meditation because I can't stop thinking. You know, people say they can't sit still, but we know you're going to sit still for Game of Thrones. I sit still for the Super Bowl. But people think, well, I can't sit still and not think. Yes, that's right. You can't sit still and not think. But what you can do is sit still, and when thoughts come into your head, just let them go out of your head. You say, I'll think about it later. Set your alarm for 20 minutes for meditating. And if a thought comes in about, what do I have to do? I have to do the laundry. Okay, I'll think about it in 20 minutes. I'll think about it in 20 minutes. There's nothing you can't put off for 20 minutes that you can't think about later. So it's going to train your mind to deal with the thoughts passing through and not having a reaction to them. So that when you're awake, you'll have, when you're not meditating, you'll have thoughts that come and go and they won't you won't be affected by them. So if aggravation happens, if you're stuck in traffic and somebody's honking, your meditation practice can result in you not reacting. Oh, so what? A guy is honking at me. So what? A guy cut me off in traffic. So what? Who cares? That's really what meditation is about. Sitting there and just going, so what? So what? So what? And then it also clears some space in your brain, a little space. I got again, over on my private page over there is my little meditation mind diagram where you have a little clean space in your brain, and that's going to leave room for new ideas to come into your head. Because when you're thinking all about all the stuff that you have going on in your everyday life, and there's not a little tiny space for new ideas, you can't have change. So those things are going to come about through meditation. You'll become less and less anxious. You'll become more calm. And your subconscious mind will get used to that. A lot of people's subconscious mind is automatically set to anxiety. They wake up. I have very dear friends that live crisis to crisis. And I try to help. And the subconscious mind is set on that. And that's it. They just don't want to change. They don't want to. Their comfort zone is anxiety. And, you can't make somebody change. Just like you can't make somebody, quit drinking, or you can't make somebody, give up, drugs, or something that they have to do for themselves. And anxiety becomes like a drug. The chemicals in your brain that are shooting off the anxiety provoking stuff is like a drug to people that are in that mode. So do it for yourself. You can only really change your own life, and when you show people that your life is different, that you're calmer, and they go, hey, what's going on? How come you're so calm? You used to freak out in traffic. Oh, well, I started meditating. A lot of people are not hip to meditation. Excuse me. But it is definitely something that you should try. So the last thing I'm going to talk about trying to readapt your subconscious mind is to be a good receiver. We've heard it's better to give than to receive, all of this stuff. You have to be able to receive good things in life. You have to believe that you're worthy of receiving good. If you don't think that you're worthy of receiving good things, your subconscious mind is going to just, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I think it was what was that from? Wayne's World. Excuse me. Water. Water, life. Water is life. So, ideas that you're not worthy are going to be something that's first of all, it's something that came from someplace else. Somebody else put that idea in your head that you're not worthy. Nobody believes that they're not worthy on their own. Believing you're not worthy is only something that somebody else said to you. Hi, Miriam. Happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you had a great day. And I hope your little girl is doing great. I know mine are. So, believing that you're not worthy is something that somebody else put in your mind. And in order to get over those trained ideas from other people, you have to, do the repetition and habit to start believing that you are worthy of good things. You are worthy of receiving love or, whatever, money, appreciation. And you know what? Even if you can't find anybody else to do that for you, if you can't find anybody else to love you, if you can't find anybody else to appreciate you, do it for yourself. You have to appreciate yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to, be good to yourself. Find ways to be good to yourself. Practice self-loving. This is the way to get better, to have a better life. Love yourself. Be good to yourself. Whatever it is that you think that you'd like. Take an extra 5 minutes in the shower. Go to bed early. Buy a new pair of shoes. Or whatever else you think is going to be good. It doesn't have to cost money. It doesn't cost money to love yourself. I've talked about mirror work. Going what Louise Hay practiced and taught. Going in front of a mirror and alone in the bathroom or wherever the mirror is and just saying, I love you 10 times at yourself in the mirror. And do it every day. And when you fall in love with yourself, then you'll know that you are worthy and you are worthy of receiving all of the good things in life. Because you know what? There's just as much good out there as there is bad. And if you think that you're bad and you're only going to get bad stuff coming at you, that's what's going to happen. Because that's going to be in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind operates 95% of the time. And just like breathing and heartbeat, your subconscious mind is going to attract negativity. And your subconscious mind doesn't care. It doesn't care what you think. Your subconscious mind is never going to say, you know what, Diana, you're really a nice person. You shouldn't think of yourself badly. You shouldn't think that you don't deserve the good things in life. You're really good. Your subconscious mind is never going to say that to you. Your subconscious mind is only going to say what you believe to be true. Your subconscious mind is very easily fooled. You talk about the subconscious mind being in charge of all this stuff. And the reality is subconscious mind is it's like the child's mind. It's very easily fooled. If you're dreaming, if you have a nightmare, you're in your subconscious mind. And when you wake up in a sweat and you are jumping out of bed because you think there's, zombies in the room, that's your subconscious mind. And when you wake up, you are scared. You're physically sweating and you're frightened. And because your subconscious mind is so easily fooled and easily tricked into believing that that nightmare was real. And even when you're young, somebody says one bad thing to you. We have a big problem with bullying now. Bullying can only work if you believe it's true. If you believe that somebody says to you, hey, you're a jerk, why don't you go jump in the lake, and you say, yeah, I don't, your opinion doesn't matter to me. I don't believe I'm a jerk and I'm not jumping in the lake. You go jump in the lake or whatever, It's the kind of thing that your subconscious mind will lay the foundation for that kind of negativity. And it's all based on some minor thing that may have happened or some major stuff that may have happened. Oprah Winfrey, again, horrific. Or some life-altering situation, near-death experience, a almost car accident, something that a loved one or somebody close to you that did die in a car accident while you lived in a car accident. I mean, there are things that will go like that and implant in your subconscious mind as reality. There are a lot of people that, survivor's guilt is something that is real. People who survive something when somebody else didn't survive and they feel guilty about it. It's not correct thinking, but the subconscious mind can be fooled into thinking that that is something that's real. So your subconscious mind is in so much control, but it is easily molded. So mold it the way you want. Mold it into the dreams that you want to have. the subconscious mind is where things will grow. You know, I was talking before about how my subconscious mind said, you can't do this. You're not going to be able to learn all this Facebook stuff. You're not going to be able to learn all this social media stuff. It's too out of control. It's over your head. You're not going to be able to do it. And I thought, wait a minute, who is that? Who is that talking? That's some bit of my subconscious mind that believed that at one point, something that I couldn't do. And it reared its ugly head and got into me. And then another part of my subconscious mind that said, what are you talking about? Of course you can figure this out. And guess what? I don't have to figure it all out because I can hire somebody to do the social media stuff for me. I met this nice lady, Teresa. And the funny thing about meeting Teresa was it happened because my cell phone was not working properly. And I got so mad about my cell phone because I was at the store and I increased my whatever gigabytes. I don't even know what they are because I'm illiterate when it comes to that kind of thing. And then it still wasn't working. And they said my plan didn't include it. I got so mad. I went back to the store, and this lady was so nice. And she was nice anyway. And I was mad at the guy on the phone, but I got back to the store, and we fixed it. It was a stupid thing. And then I started talking to her. Turns out she does marketing. She does social media marketing as a business. So guess what? If my phone didn't aggravate the crap out of me and cause me to go back to the store, I never would have run into her. So this is a perfect example of something that, you're in life, something that can seem really aggravating, like, why is this happening? Why is my cell phone making me crazy? It was because I had to go to the store and meet this nice lady, Teresa. And now I've met with her twice, and it looks like she's going to be at least helping me launch all of my social media stuff. Because you know what? It is over my head. And I don't want to learn it all from scratch. I wanted somebody else that's going to set it up for me. And then I can adapt and learn just what I need to know. You know what I mean? You ever hear that phrase, don't reinvent the wheel? I don't need to reinvent the wheel because she already knows how to invent the wheel. So I'm just going to hire somebody to invent the wheel, and then I'm going to push. Once the wheel is there, it'll be easy for me to push. So, you don't have to do everything yourself. And when my subconscious mind was fighting with each other, thinking, I can't do it, I can do it, I finally realized I can do it. Of course I can do it. I can do anything. What one man can do, another man can do. And there's oodles amount of people out there. There's a guy named Gary Vee that I've been listening to a lot. Very good inspirational speaker. A lot of people never heard of him, but he's very good, Gary Vee. There's a guy named Grant Cardone, who a lot of people know. He goes 10x. His thing is to 10x it. Whatever you're doing, multiply it by 10. And do it 10 times the amount that you're doing it now. And then there's, the Wolf of Wall Street, whose name I'm not going to be able to remember again. But he has a lot of stuff. He told us that yield signs are red and not yellow. Yield signs are red and not yellow. Things that we believe and are not true about us. So I don't even have my clock in front of me because I forgot it over there. It's on my private page. My private page has my clock while my new public page doesn't. So I don't know what time it is. So I don't know how long I've been going. So I'm going to imagine that it's probably about that time because that's what it feels like. So here's my tip for the week to do something is to practice loving yourself, people. Practice loving yourself because we're all good. We all have good in us and we all have the ability to help other people, help ourselves. Do what makes you feel good. Kathy, I know you love baking. Miriam loves dogs and horses. I think, Miriam, you were probably up in Albany this weekend and you may have seen some horses up there. Miriam's idea is to open horse sanctuaries. Like I want to do dog sanctuaries. She wants to do horse sanctuaries. And I didn't even know that horses needed sanctuaries. But apparently they do. And guess what? They're lucky enough to have somebody like Miriam McEnroe who's going to be helping them and be a horse sanctuary. And also, allow yourself to change. Allow your belief system to change. Don't think of yourself as unworthy. allow yourself to change into somebody who is great, who is worthy, who can do anything, who deserves anything, and who is able to receive anything. Any ideas? And guess what? Once you start feeling that way, then things will come to you. This lady, Teresa, she came to me. Not came to me, but the universal energy, my magnets, universal energy brought her to me. And it looks like a good fit out of nowhere. Just when I was thinking, oh my gosh, and it's not just that kind of thing. Another thing that happened was I was looking on the side of my house and I was thinking that the sun shines there a lot because now we got so many tall houses in Long Beach. We don't get a lot of sun. But the sun was shining on the south side of my house and I thought, gee, I should put some plants over there. Guess what? My friend Ermal was at the house for the weekend, hanging around while I was away somewhere. Oh, I was in Atlantic City on a trip. And he built me some flower beds, some stands for flower pots, and cleaned up the whole side of the house. And there they were. And I planted seeds. And you know what? Just like I was planting those seeds in the dirt to grow cosmos and sunflowers, and I can't see them, and they're little tiny seeds. Some of them are tiny, tiny, tiny. They're so tiny. The black-eyed Susans were so tiny, they look like pepper. They're tiny. And I put them in the dirt, and I put a little fish fertilizer, and I put a little water crystals and some Osmocote food, and I covered it up in the dirt, and I stuck it over on the side of the house where it's going to get some sun. And you know what? I know it's going to grow. I know that by planting those seeds, those flowers are going to grow. And I also know that by planting this seed, that this flower is going to grow. This amazing part of me that can't wait to get out there. Can't wait. It's crazy because I can't wait to be opening at the garden. I can't wait to be on the Oprah Winfrey Show. I can't wait till she starts her nighttime thing and does a whole hour with Diana the Happy Lawyer. I can't wait to get there. That's the frustrating part. It's the waiting. It's the waiting for the little acorn to grow into the mighty oak tree. But, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's still standing. So, on that note, I'm going to say good night to you all. I don't know what time it is, but have a wonderful evening. And don't forget to wake up in the morning and say it's going to be a great day. When you say the word great, it makes you smile. Great. Stop saying good and start saying great. I'm great. And everything will be great. If you say I'm great, everything will be great. So I love you all, and love is all you need. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye. Hi, Perry. Hi and bye.